Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be showing you how to prepare this simple and spicy, very popular North Indian gravy, that is Chole Masala, or also known as Amritsari Pindi Chole. And the gravy of this Chole Masala is exactly the one you get in the streets of Punjab. So let's get started. So to prepare this amazingly delicious Amritsari Pindi Chole gravy, here I have taken 250 grams of Kabuli Chana, also known as chickpea, which I have soaked in some water for overnight. This is around 250 grams or 2 cups, and you need to soak this for about 8 to 10 hours, or overnight is better. So you need to boil this in a pressure cooker. For this I have taken this chola or the chickpeas in this pressure cooker, and to this I am going to add about 4 to 5 cups of water. Just normally how you boil anything, you can add more or less water as per your need. To this I am going to add a small bag or pouch containing 2 teaspoons of tea leaves. This will help in enhancing the color of the chole or the chickpeas. If you want, you can also use 2 ready-made tea bags here. So basically we're using this for color. Next I'm going to add some salt. So here I've added 1 teaspoon of salt. Next I'm adding a teaspoon of dalchini, that is a cinnamon stick. 2 big black cardamom, that is kali illaichi. 1 tejpatta, that is a bay leaf. And 3 to 4 cloves, that is long. And now I'm going to cover it with the lid and let it come to a boil and pressure cook until 4 to 5 whistles, or until they have boiled enough. So while our chickpeas are getting boiled, let's start preparing a masala for gravy. So for preparing the masala, in a non-stick pan we are going to dry roast the masalas. So we are basically preparing the dry masala, that is the chole masala, at home right from scratch, and this will help in enhancing the flavor of the Amritsari Pindi Chole a lot. So after heating, keep the flame on low to medium, and I'm going to add a teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera, 2 green cardamom or hari illaichi, 1 black cardamom or kali illaichi, half a teaspoon I'm using fennel seeds or sauf, half a teaspoon of black peppercorns, that is kali mirch, a small piece of cinnamon, that is dalchini. Next I'm using 4 to 5 cloves or long, a teaspoon of coriander seeds or dhania. Then I'm using 3 to 4 dried red chillies and 2 teaspoons of dry pomogranate seeds, also known as anardana, and this is very important in this masala as it will help in giving the tanginess and color to the gravy. So dry roast this over low to medium flame for about 3 to 4 minutes or until it turns fragrant. But make sure not to overcook it or over roast it. This masala comes out really nice and flavorful. So if you want, you can make this in large quantities and store in any airtight container, and then later you can use for any of your gravies, that is Punjabi gravies or any Indian curries. So now it's roasted for almost 4 to 5 minutes and it's also giving nice aroma. I'm going to switch off the flame and let it cool down a bit. Once cooled, I'm going to transfer it into a small blender and make a fine powder or coarse powder out of it. And then I'm going to blend it just for a while. So you can see just this is how it looks. This is somewhere between, not very fine also, it's not very coarse, sort of somewhere in between. This is how it looks. So it depends on you. If you want more coarse, you can keep it more coarse and chunky, or if you want, you can make very fine powder out of it. So you can see how nice this masala is looking, and you can store this in any airtight container. Next up, in a wok or kadai, heat 4 tablespoons of oil. Once it is heated, I am going to add half a teaspoon of jeera. Once the jeera or the cumin seeds starts to splutter, I am going to add half a teaspoon of hing, also known as asafoetida. Hing helps in enhancing the flavor of the chola and also helps in digestion. So do not skip hing over here. Fry both of these just for a while, for about 20 to 30 seconds. And next to this, I am going to add the finely chopped onions. So here I have taken 2 big onions which I have finely chopped. But if you want, you can also use raw onion puree, but I like the gravy with this finely chopped onions. So let the onions cook for about 4 to 5 minutes or until this slightly changes its color and becomes soft and tender. So while it is cooking, I am also going to add 1 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste and again cook. And again cook it further for about 3 to 4 minutes or until the rawness of the ginger garlic goes away and the onions turn nice golden brown in color. So keep cooking it over medium-high flame, and soon you will see the onions getting cooked and turning dark, but make sure not to burn it, otherwise it will taste bitter. So now you can see the onions have nicely fried and have turned golden brown in color. This is how it looks. That's the perfect brown color we are looking for. So at this stage I am going to keep the flame on low and I am going to add all the dry spices. So in goes some salt, half a teaspoon of red chili powder, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder and half a teaspoon of amchur powder or dried mango powder. And now to this I am going to add 2 tablespoons full of the earlier prepared chole masala which we prepared. This is the key ingredient which will give nice flavor, texture and consistency to the gravy. And if you use this masala, you did not have to add any ready-made chole masala in it. Mix that as well for a while. So just cook all the masalas with the onion just for about 1 to 2 minutes. So at this stage, if you're feeling that your masalas is getting burnt with the onions, at the bottom of the pan you can sprinkle some water. So here I'm adding very little water, say about 2 to 3 tablespoons, and let it cook further for about another 1 to 2 more minutes until all the masalas are nicely cooked and the water is dried up. You can see the water has almost boiled and it has also left some oil from the sides with some color of the masala, which means our masalas are nicely cooked. So at this point we are going to add the tomato puree. So for this I have taken 3 to 4 tomatoes which I have normally grinded in the mixie. And after adding it, mix it really well with the onion base and let it cook for about 3 to 4 minutes. And after mixing it and cooking for about 3 to 4 minutes, I am going to cover it with the lid and let it cook on low to medium flame for about 7 to 8 minutes. So while the tomatoes and onions are getting cooked, our gravy is getting ready. Let's check our chole or the chickpeas. You can see the choles or the chickpeas have nicely boiled and it has become nice and soft with good color on them. And do not throw this water, this reserved water of tea. It's got a lot of flavor in it. We are going to keep this and adjust the gravy later with this. Do not discard this now. We'll be using this for the gravy. So I'll just mash one chickpea and show you how nicely it has boiled. So let's remove the lid and check. You can see the tomatoes have nicely cooked through. All the rawness has gone away. It has also reduced, left some oil from the sides. This thick base is ready and it has also reduced from its original quantity. So at this stage, I am going to add the boiled chickpeas. So transfer the entire batch of the chickpeas and mix it along with the gravy until all the chickpeas are nicely coated with and take all the flavors of the gravy. So mix it and let it cook for about 2 minutes on high flame. So at this stage I am also going to mash a few of the chickpeas with the help of pav bhaji masher. You can also use the back of the spoon or spatula to mash some of them. This will help in enhancing the thickness of the gravy. So do not mash all of them, just mash a few of them, which will help in giving the thickness as well as texture to the gravy. Now again mix it for a while. And now at this stage I am going to add the reserved water, the tea water with all the flavors in it, and that I am using instead of water. So do not add water over here. I am going to use that reserved water. You can add almost 1 to 1.5 cups of water and mix that as well. So you can adjust the water and salt as per your need at this point of time. You can see how much water I have added. So after mixing, I am going to cover it with a lid and keep it on low to medium flame for about 7 to 8 minutes or until it is cooked through and the gravy becomes thick. So after about 8 to 9 minutes, I am going to remove the lid and check. You can see the gravy has thickened enough, the masalas have cooked through and it has also left some oil from the sides. That's the sign of its doneness. You can see this. The gravy is nice, thick in texture and it has also got good color and I can feel the aroma of this chola in my house right now. You can see this thickness. So that's the perfect consistency we are looking for. It's neither too thick nor too runny. So this is the right time to dish out your cholas. But still it's not done completely. I'll tell you one more step to complete it. I'm going to dish out first and then I'll tell you the next step. So here I've got nice beautiful looking kadai which was lying in my house from long time. So I'm going to serve the cholas in this. I'm going to pour all the gravy in this. So you can see the color and texture of the gravy while I'm serving. You can make out how thick and flavorful it has come out. So after serving this, we have to follow one more step. So in a small pan, we are going to prepare the tempering, to which I am going to add a tablespoon of oil or ghee, and to this I am going to add some small pieces of ginger, 2 to 3 green chillies, half a teaspoon of cumin powder or jeera, which will help in enhancing the color and flavor of the dish, half a teaspoon of red chili powder, and fry all of these just for about 30 to 40 seconds, not more than that, otherwise they'll burn. And then immediately switch off the flame and pour this nice colorful and flavorful masala over the cholas. Make sure to coat all of them. You can see how lovely the dish is looking, exactly like the ones you get in the restaurants or in the streets of Delhi and Punjab. So that's perfect looking Amritsari Pindi Chole. So guys, if you enjoyed watching this video, do give it a thumbs up, share the recipes with your loved ones and subscribe to the channel for more such Punjabi recipes. I'll see you soon. Happy cooking!